Welcome back to the Redbeard Saga, everyone. Today is August 4th. I'm gonna get out here today and get the bush hog, and gonna do a little bit of dove field manipulation. These sunflowers are really starting to dry down. I may be jumping the gun just a little bit, but I'm anxious to knock just a couple of rows down. I'll probably start off by going over here to the Tractor Supply black oils that was broadcasted, because they're pretty much dead. There's not going to be a whole lot of seed to those, but I may make a pass down the middle and maybe one edge of it, and then we're going to go down in the main field, and I might knock down some more of that volunteer millet, and we might look at the sunflowers and pick me out a row or two in the clear fields and start taking them out. The winds really got me in these afternoon storms we've been getting here in July, end of July. I don't want to cut down a whole lot, but I would like to get me a couple of rows cut through there. May even hook up to the sprayer there in a week or so and go down there. Be hard to spray with that boom, but I may can take and use the wand and just kind of drift broadcast spray over it, try to kill some of the weeds that come up. But I just looked at a post that popped up from a year ago, and although we got some weeds this year, we're a whole lot better off than I was last year. So when I come out here, I was getting my boots on and stuff, I could hear doves flying up out of the main field. So they're starting to show up and they're using it. The Tweety birds and the finches and stuff's knocking them loose. The doves is getting them too. Like I said, I don't want to knock down a whole lot, but I'm just a little anxious to get out here on the tractor and knock down a little bit. So y'all just go with me and I'll pick it back up. We'll knock down some of these broadcast black oils. We'll see you there. Down here, I'm lined up on a row right here. So I got some corn here. Now this far row right here didn't really make no ears, so I'm just gonna try to line up and take that row of corn out a little path of these sunflowers, and then we might come back down the middle. Raise this bucket up here where I can see. here in the main field. I ain't quite made up my mind if I want to run through any of those yet. They're still a little green. I just run a bunch of birds out of them. I done made a couple of passes over stuff that I bush hogged the other day. But I think I'm gonna run this, take a little bit more off this volunteer millet and weed strip right here. Here we go. Places it's mostly turned to grass and weeds. Patches of dried, matured ground top in there. Of course, we got some that I planted that's making seed. It won't be far behind. Down some of these taller ragweeds, sickle pod, healthy weeds. Yeah, there's a patch of, you see the brown top. Poking around out here, knocking a little down. That might be all for today. I'll pick it back up in a few days when we're knocking down something else. Alright folks, welcome back. It's August 11th. We're out here doing some bush hogging. A few days ago I made a couple of passes through the sunflowers. Today I'm going to cut one more row. I got a neighbor of mine that's gracious enough. He said he's going to bring his tractor and he's got a boomless sprayer. He's going to help me spray the field with Roundup to try to clean up some of these weeds. I'm just trying to make a couple of trails through here. Hopefully his tractor's not much bigger than mine and he can ride these mowed trails and broadcast that Roundup and maybe cover what I'm going to leave standing. If that works, I'm not going to cut anymore, I don't think, in the field. At least not until maybe right before opening day. I might make another row or two, but if this Roundup cleans it up real good, I may just leave it. We'll have 3 trails through it. I may make a crossway trail or 2. We'll just have to see. I done made a pass down this row. I had the bush hog up high, so I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna set it all the way down on the ground. Drive back to it the opposite way. Here we go. rained out. That's his too. Ain't got to that one. Alright, we've got done with our bush hogging. I went ahead and knocked some grass and stuff down, but I'll take you for a little walk through. And we got some volunteer millet that I just let go on this end row. It's just extra seed. But bush hogged this the other day. There's seed galore. Tell we got ragweed and coffee weed and stuff starting to come on, but overall this year is the most weed free I've been. I mean, normally this time of year these coffee weeds and stuff's up high and you can't even tell where the rose is at, but did the best I could. If it hadn't have been for that wind around the 4th of July, I believe I could have come back through here and done even better. But when I got that wind, it tangled some of these rows up. I couldn't get back down them. But we got about 3 rows going through. And actually, I think I hear my neighbor coming with his tractor and sprayer. So I'll pick y'all back up here in a little bit. We'll be putting down some Roundup, so y'all stay tuned. Alright, we got his sprayer there. Got about 60-gallon mix there. Put some glyphosate in there. And some eraser, which is this got glyphosate in. I run out of my Tractor Supply brand that I sprayed my corn with. He poured all of it in there and then some of that eraser. We're gonna go down here. His tractor's a little big, so he may knock down another row with it. He can straddle, put his tire in the row that I bush hogged, and he might knock one more row down, but that'll be fine. So we're gonna get down here and get lined up and we'll get to spraying. Covering about a 20 or 30 foot path there. It's always good to have good neighbors. He just offered to to come over here and spray this for me, so I'm really thankful to Adam. Try to get these weeds killed about a month out. I'm ready. I don't know how well you can see them birds flying around. Keep getting my finger in the way of this camera, but this ain't a professional channel. He is knocking down one row. But it'll be all right. Well, he's done spraying. Like I said earlier, it's good to have good neighbors out there. He's a new member of the Dove Field Preppers page. If you get interested in dove farming, as we're gonna call it, planting for doves, and you're not a member of the Dove Field Preppers page, I suggest you go and join it. Has a lot of good information. There's some not so good information, but you can learn a lot from that page. But anyways, I'd made a post about making a boom sprayer, and I didn't realize he was a member of the page, and he just commented and said that he had one and he could come help me out, so that's what he did. So said it took about we mixed up about 60 gallons, and he was able to do almost 2 passes through it, but one pass was overlapping, so some of it got double sprayed then. But you can tell his tractor's a lot bigger than mine, so he kind of laid over an extra row. So what I'll probably do is give it a week or so for that spray to work, and I'll just bush hog the last bush hogging I do in here. I'll just bush hog the rows that his tractor run over, and that's still gonna leave me about, so I'll have 3 here, 4 here, 4 there, 4 over there. These birds is wanting in here. They're really liking what we're doing out here, and that's what you want. It always makes you feel good when you plant it, and then they start showing up. You start seeing it come together. We'll just go this way. said I get to talking, I wander around. I was watching and he drove down right there, and some of his spray was making it to here, so that's just some volunteer millet that come up. I was letting go. It might kill it, but it's alright. Further you go down, it gets more coffee weeds. But I bush hogged in here some of this grassy stuff. Them dang cloud of finches. They're pretty rough. Not so rough on the heads that's dried out, but I got some big heads down there that's still a little green, and they're really working on it. But I was going to show you this millet patch. It's about to start turning, and plenty of seed. So I'll give that a couple of weeks and they'll be hitting on it, I'd say. Pretty good strip of it, and on the other side of it's a little later, but I may not let it go. I may end up mowing it, but we're gonna have plenty of the millet right there for them to feed on. Still feeding a little bit. I might do some supplemental feeding for about another week. I got a little bit of feed left. When it's gone, I'm put the disc on and cover it all up good. My way, I got to get the tractor and go back to the house, so we're gonna work our way down through here. My corn, it made some ears. The millet come on in it, but that's just extra seed. I'm not too worried about that. There is some weeds in there, but let's take advantage of this extra food. Not, I don't know how well that picked it up, but them finches are rough. But we'll still have plenty for these doves. Now here's some millet that I planted. I didn't get this prepared real well, so it come up in a lot of grass, but there is some millet seed in there. Now his spray did kind of get over here in it, so it might kill it. If it does, it does. We'll probably bush hog this, and I might try to hit it with my zero turn and get it down low enough. Maybe disc at it a little. Like I said, it's always good to see it start coming together. This video is running a little long. I'm trying to get to where I'm keeping my videos to about 15 minutes or so. But that'll do it for now. Said it's August 11th. Just under a month out. September 7th is opening day, so I'll give it a couple of weeks and I'll bring you back and we'll see the results of this roundup, see how clean it turns out. We'll do a little bit of more millet cutting and some disking. But as always, I thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoy it. Just leave me a like and a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already. Maybe there's something in these videos that can help y'all out. I know when I started trying to plant, there wasn't a whole lot out there on doing this. So I started making videos, and a few other people have too, and we kind of compare results. And then the Dovefield Preppers page come along, and that really helps. So y'all just be safe, and I hope your birds start showing up. I feel for y'all out there, South Georgia and the Carolinas, where that hurricane went. Laid your field over in the flooding. But I hope things work out well for y'all. But until next time, y'all be good.